Okay, we've got our 11 mental athletes back. What we're going to be doing is starting with seat number 1, and they will give me the first word. And I will say, yes, we go, and no, we don't. Okay, so off we go. We got the first word on our memory list here is?
Steel.
Steel is the correct answer, and we are off to word number 2.
Roof.
Roof is going to get us to word number 3.
Vision.
Vision gets us to number 4.
Crowd.
I'm sorry?
Crowd.
Karen, I'm not hearing you.
She said crowd.
That is not correct. We go to number 4. That goes to our next person, Karen. I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Next person, word number 4.
Mimic.
Mimic is the correct word. We go to 5. I'm sorry, what did I do?
It's not. It's incorrect.
All right, that is not correct. So we're still on word number 4.
No, you were talking. The correct word was mimics with an S.
Mimics with an S. We missed the S on that word. Karen, thank you for helping me here.
Kyle, word number 5, please.
Crowd.
Crowd is the right word. We're going to come back over to here.
Pollution.
Pollution is right. Go to the next word.
Channel.
Channel keeps us going to word number 8.
Vehicle.
Vehicle is going to get us to number 9. Time is your first X. That goes over to John for word number 9.
Fashion.
Fashion is the right word. That brings us back over to the first chair here for word number 10.
Cancer.
Cancer has got us going to 11.
Noise.
Noise gets us to 12.
Medicine.
And we're over to McKenna again.
Pole.
And you got that one.
Coast.
You got it.
Brain.
You got it. We're back over to this row.
Generosity.
Generosity is going to get us to 17.
Bus.
And we're over to 18.
Literature.
We're going to keep moving. We're on word number 19.
Treaty.
Ken, I'm not hearing.
You said treaty?
Yeah.
That is not the correct word for 19. So our first person's eliminated.
And they would be the first person.
Okay, so we have one more person to eliminate. John, it's over to you.
Yell.
Milk is correct. We go to 21.
Yeah, it's yellow.
Oh, I'm sorry, am I 20? Oh, God, am I losing track here? I'm having a hard time hearing the mental athletes. So yell is good, so you want to go to 20?
Okay, so 20. You told him word 20. So he answered word 20 was.
Karen, maybe you should take over up here right now. Okay, we're good. We're going to go to word, so yell was 19. Now we're going to 20.
Milk.
Is correct. So we go to 21.
Sky.
And 22.
Engine.
23.
Acid.
All right, 24.
Palace.
All right, we're to 25.
Spends.
Okay, now we come to 26.
Treaty.
Okay, Nelson, it's you.
Drugs.
And we're over to 28.
Fiction.
Okay, now we're at 29.
What does that mean?
It goes to John.
Okay. What was the last word that you
The
said?
last word was fiction. We're on word 29.
Document.
Okay, we're over to word 30. Back over to you.
Snout.
Snout is right.
Farm.
And we go to word 32.
Coal.
McKenna,
Utensils.
keep going.
Freedom.
Back to you.
Crown.
All right,
Stomach.
and it's you, Nelson.
Driver.
And we're on word 38.
Neck.
Okay, keep going.
Branch.
All right, branch, then it's back to you.
Pushes.
Pushes. We're going to go up to word 41. Can we just stop and get them a hand? All right, our last word was pushes, and now we're on word 41.
Me?
Yes.
Me? My turn?
Yes.
Audience.
Audience is correct. We're over.
Board.
All right, Kenneth, back to you.
Castle.
All right,
Plates.
good. File word 45.
Six.
That is not correct. It's your first X. We're going to back over to you, word 45.
Player.
Player is the right word for number 45. Nelson, it's you.
Hatred.
Okay. Word 47. All right, that's your first X. Word 47, over to John.
Package.
Package is correct. It's back to you, word 48. Aircraft is right. We're up to 49.
Insult.
Karen, did I just hear insult? Insult is not correct.
Insulated.
That is not correct. Jenna, word 49.
The best words in Hannah were insult and insulated.
What was the last word that was correct?
It was aircraft. Word 48 was aircraft, and now we're on the 49.
Insulate.
And that is not correct. That's her second X. We have to take it was insulted.
Insulted.
That was our 49th word. All right. We're good? We've eliminated our two.
We have eliminated cement and
All right. And so we're ready with the last 9. That'll come into our next event, which we will start at 2 o'clock. So if the rest of you want to just get up, take a break, we will start our next event at 2 o'clock.
Insulted.
Well, while I've got you here for our home folks, you want to give us the story you made up for crowd? Yeah, what was the story you made up to remember the word crowd? You remember?
The word crowd. So I turn the word crowd into an image. I take the subway, so it's really crowded. So I just put all like the regulars on the subway that I see into that location.
Okay. So in that location, good. You want to give us one of your stories and let's go to Channel. What did you do for Channel?
What's that?
What did you do for Channel?
I think I skipped the first couple. Where's 1 and 2? And I skipped 3 through. Maybe like figure out what the asked me to write. So
Okay.
see channel.
All right, got it. You want to pass that down? Let's just go to each of you. Just give us one story from any word that you want to pick up.
For package, I imagine, because it's package and aircraft, I imagine somebody getting something from Amazon. Like, I didn't buy anything. They open it, and then a huge plane that could not possibly fit into this package flies out and clips you with its wing on its way out. And that's how I imagine.
All right.
I imagined a crowd, and the next word was pollution, so I imagined pollution falling down on a crowd, and then a TV channel covering it, and then a vehicle, someone watching the channel
Got it.
with that.
Excellent.
Which one should I do?
You want to try fiction? Let's go to fiction.
I just remembered like a fiction book, a book that I used to read as a kid.
All right.
That's it.
Kyle, what did you do for farm?
Just pictured a bunch of farm animals.
That's it.
Yeah.
Got it. Pass that back to John, and we'll come back the other way. John, what did you do for hatred?
Hatred. I actually imagine my uncle. I use people to remember words because I think applying actions and images work better with people for me. So I actually imagine my uncle wearing a hat that was red because hatred is a sort of an abstract word. So
All
I
right.
imagine a
Yeah,
hat
exactly.
that's red.
All right. What did you do for steel?
For steel, I skipped that one.
You skipped that. Okay, come on back. Do you want to share one story you had with any word that you want to pick up?
For brain and Holocaust brain, for those 2 words, I imagined a brain as an island, and on the coast there's a huge gaping hole.
All right. Back over to here. How about let's go for freedom?
So for freedom, I just pictured like someone who was like really brave and free. It's hard to describe, but I try to just visualize it, and that one's kind of abstract, so it's difficult. But I just kind of visualized like the first thing that came to mind for freedom.
Got it. Nelson, what do you have? Let's go to wine.
Yeah, so I pair words together, so that went with star and wine. So I just pictured like a star-shaped star, dripping with wine.
Oh, wow.
I was
Grace,
drinking it.
let's go over to you. Grace, you get the cabinet?
Cabinet, so I do like stories for like groups of like 10 or 15 words, so they're stupid. So like star was the beginning of that story, so there was a star, like like a performer, and she was sipping wine by the aquarium. Meanwhile, there was a trial going on about a cabinet that fell while someone was on the telephone, and then et cetera, et cetera. So cabinet was just part of that story.
Excellent. Now, we stopped a little bit short of our 300 words. I'm not sure how far each of you have gotten, but does anybody want to take a shot at the 100th word? Word 100 was science. Anybody want to tell us a story? Did any of you get to 100? Go.
So I imagined like a bunch of music. So I imagined a bunch of music playing at like a music festival, and somebody being like, "Oh, this is crap," and somebody being, "No, it's like there's science to it," and then suddenly the ground just starts building things. So they're like, "Oh, okay."
Anybody get to 110? Thought. Anybody get to thought? John? Oh, let's go to John, and then we'll come back to Nelson. 110 was thought. Say. Oh, okay. Oh, do you remember the number? Well, I just gave you thought. Go ahead.
What do you want me to do?
Thought.
Say what I did for thought?
Yeah, what did you do for the word thought?
Thought, again, I used a person, so I used someone that I know at a fireplace, at a vacation home that I stayed at, because I use places that I know. And basically, he's got a thought bubble, and in it is Forrest Gump. Because if you ever watch that movie, he's got a couple quotes where he says thought in that word. So it made me think of Forrest Gump.
I'm just going to go for 2 more words. Nelson, we could get this down to you. 125. We have somebody in the audience who wants you to remember the word at the number. So word number 125.
Yeah, it was reads.
Reads was the word at 125. And your story for reads?
It was, again, paired with another word after. It was reads and stage. So I was just someone who was reading the stage as if it were a book.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Grace, did you get to 130?
I don't do them by the number. That's a lot of information, so I just do them in order. So if you give me the word before that.
Okay. If I gave you the word church, what comes after church?
Yeah, slavery.
Slavery. What was your story for slavery?
So that was, again, with reeds. So deep in the ocean, it doesn't make any sense. Reeds a stage given an award by a computer of the Church of Slavery, Penguins, and Kings, who has a bank, and he opens it, and he cries. That's my
All right.
story. Sorry, that one's a little dark.
So we got to 130. So anybody get past 150? All right. There's our first event of the day. We're going to bring our mental athletes back. We're going to move a couple of chairs around. We'll be ready for the words to the long-term memory. Long-term memory. 30 days ago, they were given 2,500 data bits. Authors, Pulitzer Prize winner. Yeah, I got Pulitzer Prize winners. The winner of Winter Olympics and the periodic tables from the science world. So they had 30 days to study that. We're going to be putting questions up. You can play along with this in silence. And then they've got to give us the answers for those questions. So back in at 5 of 2. So we'll give you 10 minutes to get up, stretch, do whatever. We've got to rearrange a few seats on the stage. And so what do we got? I got 1:45. You have a 10-minute break. So if you want to get some water in the back or something, there's some fruit back there. And not sure if anybody's ready to eat yet, but long-term memories coming back up at 1:55 back on stage.